This is, I think, later in your nascent career. This is 2007.
That's right.
It's here in New York City. That's you, Donald Trump, and I think Donald Trump's son, young son there.
That is me.
Yeah. What's the story behind this photo here?
That actually had nothing to do with me trying to be an actor or anything. That was just me trying to make money to eat. And I found a job on Craigslist to be a mascot to play that character, which is actually a British, I think, children's book character named Noddy.
That's Noddy the Elf is what it says.
That's right.
Noddy the Elf.
Noddy the Elf. I actually have never read any of those books. I don't know anything about that character, but I did dress up as Noddy the Elf.
Do you remember what the gig paid? How much did you make for that?
I believe it was like $7 an hour.
And the objective was to have your photo taken with Donald Trump. Now,
that night it was.
Was that easy?
No. A lot of times it was just to walk around and try to get people to be interested in me as that character. But that night they really wanted me to get a photo op with Donald Trump,
Right.
and he was very popular. So I was kind of like, and I was in the costume, and it's really sweaty and really hard to maneuver yourself. So I was, the whole time they were just really pressuring me, like, just get in there with him. And
He wanted no part of it?
No, I mean, he wasn't being, mean or anything, but he was busy.
He is, I mean, in all fairness, he's very camera shy.
Yes. But yeah, so I had to be really aggressive, but also pull it off like I'm like a cool little elf.
Right.
So I was like kind of bumping into him, and then eventually he just said, all right, one picture. And then I got in there and I was like, thanks, man.
I want to tell you something. You did a great job.
Thank you.
You did a great job. Now, here's the other thing, and I hope you don't mind talking about this. At 20, you had kind of a medical thing happen in your life. At 20.
That's right. I had a stroke when I was 20.
That doesn't happen usually at 20, does it?
No, it was kind of a freak thing.
Do you have a history of it in your family?
No, I don't. The doctors actually, a lot of them have different theories on why it happened.
And what's the theory that you have embraced?
Oh, I haven't really embraced any single one of them more than the other. Some of them say it was hormonal, like maybe related to the birth control pills. Some of them say it was migraine related. When I was a kid, I never really had any symptoms or any kind of weird signs other than...
Do you have migraines? Did you have migraines then?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had migraines. So they thought I had a brain tumor once, but I didn't. I had a weird personality. I was weird, but nothing physical,
That wouldn't,
really.
in and of itself, that wouldn't trigger a stroke.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I hope not.
but you're fine now, right?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
How long ago was the stroke?
It was in 2004. It was really it was the scariest thing that's ever happened
Well,
to me.
absolutely. Do you remember the symptoms of it?
I actually was living in New York at the time. I took a train out to meet my friends in Astoria, went into their apartment, and mid-sentence, the right side of my body stopped working, and I looked down at my arm, and I was like, whose arm is that? It's not connected to my body. And I kind of blacked out, and then I wasn't able to talk. I had expressive aphasia for the next couple days, and when the paramedics came, I couldn't talk to anyone. It was really a crazy thing. And my friends actually thought I was kidding because I was always doing weird jokes, and they were like, cut it out, and I was like, it was really weird. And the paramedics thought I was on drugs because I was so young. They just weren't thinking stroke.
And inside of your head, you're panic-stricken? You're crazy?
I was going through the rest of my life thinking well, I won't be able to talk anymore, so now what? But I was also just trying to communicate with people, and the weirdest things were coming out. I could say some words, when I was in the hospital, they kept asking me how old I was, and my much older boyfriend at the time was there with me kind of fielding these questions from the doctors. And every time they asked me how old I was, I would go, 16, which was the only number I could say, I don't know why. And he would go, she's not 16, she's 20. And they would go, how old are you? Yeah. And yeah.
How long was there? Must have been some rehabilitation for you.
Well, I eventually talked again. I'm talking.
How long did it take to regain speech, and was there therapy involved?
There was, 3 days after it happened, I started talking. I remember in the middle of the night in the hospital bed, I just said, Aubrey Plaza. And I said my name, and then I said, that's a good start. And then, so then I was fine, really. I went back to school, and they registered me as a disabled student, which was weird because I didn't have any residual things wrong with me, but I did have a learning specialist that they made me meet with once a week who was also a drag queen. So we talked about that mostly.
Now, did this really happen, or is this part of the stroke?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Not sure if I'm having one now.
No, just. But I find this fascinating. Are you on medication? Some sort of.
Oh, I'm on. Oh no, not for the.